Conversions. I'm going to use a little T-chart to show you how to convert from one unit to the other. Now the units are what the numbers represent. So for example, in this first example, the 30 inches represents 30 inches. So the inches will be the unit. And we want to go to feet. So here's how you use this little T chart to find the answer. So what I'm given goes up here, which is 30 inches. I'm going to use abbreviations. Now this is actually the same thing as multiplying two fractions together. It's like 30 inches over 1. So if I want to, I'm put a 1 there, but I'm not going to. Now I want to end up with feet and eliminate the inches. So it's just like a fraction. You can cancel from top to bottom. So if I want the inches to cancel out, I'll put those down there, which means I'm going to put those down there. And I'm just showing you this example. I want the fraction, I want the T-chart. They're the same thing, but most people like the T-chart. And I want to end up with feet, so I'm going to put the feet on top. Now, in order for me to use a fraction like this times it by another fraction, this fraction has to be equal to 1. So that must mean I need to use a conversion that's equal to 1, which means that the top must equal the bottom. And if you know anything about feet and inches, you know that 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. So this is actually a fraction equal to 1. So that's what I'm going to use over here. 1 feet is the same as 12 inches. Now the whole purpose of doing this is so these inches will cancel out like they would with fractions. And once you do that, you multiply straight across. And if you need to, you put a 1 there. I kind of like not to, because some people think that there should be a unit there. There shouldn't be a unit. It's just a plain old 1 if you choose to put it in there. So now we're going to take 30 times 1, which is 30, over 1 times 12, which is 12. And the units that we have left are feet. And now what we're going to do is reduce the 30 over 12 or as a fraction, but I think you're probably better off if you use a decimal. So let's just type in 30 divided by 12, and we better get 2.5. Yes, we do. So 2.5 feet is the answer. And you probably already knew that anyway, but I'm just showing you how to do this with the proper technique. Because sometimes you may have units that you don't understand, or may not know what they are or how they relate. So now let's do another one. 2.5 minutes to seconds. So I'm going to use my T-chart. 2.5 minutes. And we want the minutes to cancel, so put those down there. And we want the seconds to be on top, because that's what we want to be left with. Now what do you know about minutes and seconds? We know that 1 minute is the same as 60 seconds. I hope you know that. So these minutes will cancel out. Multiply straight across. 2.5 times 60. And don't forget the seconds. Now I could put 1 times 1 on the bottom, which is 1. But 1 on the bottom pretty much disappears. It's kind of a way to think of it. We don't need it. So we're going to take 2.5 times 60. And once again, we better get 150. Hopefully you know this. You may be able to do it in your head. That's good also. 150. I think I said 150. Let's hope I did. So 150 seconds is the answer. So this is just an example of a process to use if you need it. Now, the metric system. I'm going to give you the brief version of the metric system. Now, the one in the we're going to use the meter as our reference, as our base unit. So M represents meter. Meter. Now these prefixes, these others, K's, H, DA's, and D, and C, and M's, these are prefixes. So start at the bottom. MM is millimeter, CM is centimeter, DM is decimeter, M is meter, DA is decameter, HM is hectometer, and K is kilometer. So if you want me to write them in order from biggest to largest, kilo, hecto or hecta, deca, then your base unit, and then deci, centi, and milli. That's what those are. Now all we're going to do is just keep it in this order, and we're going to move from one direction, one side to the other. So here we go. Let's take 98 millimeters, and we're going to convert to hectometers. So I'm going to write down the 98, And there, if you don't see a decimal, it's always on the end. So let's take the millimeters, and we want to go to hectometers. So we start the millimeters, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the left. What that means is that we're going to take the decimal and move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left and put it there. So any place where we don't have anything, we put zeros as placeholders. So what that means is that 98 millimeters is the same as 0.00098 hectometers. And that should make sense because millimeters are really small and hectometers are really big. Really big. So we're looking at a really small number that's being converted. 98 millimeters is the same as this really small decimal for hectometers. And that's all we're doing. So now let's do the next one. I'm going to erase this. I need some space. We want to go to kilometers to decimeters. So we'll write down 0.0347. We already have our decimal showing, so I don't need to put another one in. So kilometers to decimeters. So here's the kilometers. We want to go to decimeters. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the right. So kilometers to decimeters. That's to the right, 4 places. So we're going to take our decimal and go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. Put your decimal there. And we end up with 347 decimeters. And that's the easiest way to do the metric system, to convert from one metric unit to another.